Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of my Saudi Arabia coronavirus vlog. Today is April 8th, Wednesday, and it is 5:37 p.m. I'm doing this episode indoors today because right now it was announced last night, right after I finished yesterday's episode, that the entire kingdom is now going into a curfew. The curfew lasts from 3 p.m. until 6 a.m. So we're not supposed to leave the house. I don't know if the roof is fair game. I assume it is, but just this one episode, I figured I would film inside instead. So let's go over some of the updates and the new things that are happening in the kingdom. So I did the math, and today, or I should say in the last 24 hours, there were 137 more confirmed cases in Saudi Arabia and 16 more recoveries, bringing the kingdom-wide total to 2,932 confirmed cases. Included in that is 631 recovered. Worldwide saw an increase of about 95,000 new cases, bringing us to about 1,455,000. We're going to hit 1.5 million in several hours or tomorrow. So that's not good, obviously. I did the math and found out where some of these 137 cases came from. 37 came from Riyadh, 8 from Jeddah, 19 from Mecca, 41 from Medina, 6 from Dammam, 4 from Taif, 5 from Qatif, and 1 more here in Khamis Mushait. I'm pretty sure that Khamis is going to be the next city put on 24-hour curfew, but that hasn't happened yet. So, fearing that this announcement of a 24-hour curfew in my city is imminent, I went to the grocery store this morning. I was there. It's supposed to open at 7 o'clock. Evidently, it had opened a little bit earlier. I was there. I got there at 7:02 a.m. and the place was packed. When you came into the grocery store, there was a guy giving out plastic gloves, real cheap plastic gloves, to protect our hands from any virus particles or strains that were out there. And there were not many shopping carts when I got there either. There were probably about 5 left. They're all kept inside the store now. And took a long time to get out of there. 15 minutes waiting in line, which might not be that much depending on where you're from and what you're used to. But by the time that I finally left there around 7:35, there was a line of people. It was probably 20, 25 people waiting outside the store. They weren't letting people in freely anymore. It was now like one person leaves, one person can enter. 5 people leave, 5 more people can enter. The supply levels inside the store were still quite good, quite high. They weren't lacking for anything as far as I could tell. So that's good news. The supplies are up, or at least they were this morning. I saw a video that another one of my friends shared. When did he share? It was about 1 o'clock, and it was a horde, what can only be called a crowd or a mob of people waiting outside this grocery store for the noontime prayer to end. And there were probably 40 or 50 people all crowded outside waiting to run in. So going to the grocery store at any time is going to be a long chore, and especially if you do it later. So I do think I will probably leave the apartment again on Friday or Saturday one more time. But that is actually going to be the final time that I leave. I'm just going to stay inside for probably 10 days or something after that. So that's not something that I'm looking forward to, but it's just the way it is, and that's what we have to do to stop the coronavirus spreading. Okay. Hunger Station, which is an app that it's in Saudi Arabia. It might operate in other countries too. It's basically a food delivery app. So you'll put an order on Hunger Station. They will notify the restaurant. You'll pay. Usually I would pay in cash on delivery, but now starting, I don't know when it started, but must have been a few weeks ago or days ago, you can't pay cash anymore. So you have to pay with a credit card or debit card. And so that's the situation on food delivery in the kingdom. They still deliver until 10 o'clock at night. I don't know how that's working with the curfew, so I'll just be quiet about that. Other essential services, aside from like emergency medical people, police, other government officials, other services that are allowed to operate during the free time that we can leave the house, include laundry, plumbing, electricity, air conditioning, water sanitation, and fuel and car maintenance stations. So those places are all still open. It's just the sort of non-essential businesses that are not open, as well as schools. Big news coming tomorrow, maybe. OPEC Plus is finally having that meeting that they've been talking about for, 8 or 9 days. And they're going to see if tomorrow they can make an arrangement where all countries will cut their output of crude oil. Is this going to be successful? I read some energy analysts online, and some people think that the oil supply war is going to end very soon. I do not. I think it's going to continue for months, at least 4 months. But we'll see. I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen. My assumption is that they don't come to an agreement, and a lot of countries that rely on oil revenues, exports, or domestically, are going to be forced to bail out their oil companies, which will be a massively unpopular move among most of the people of those countries, unless, of course, they are petrostates like the UAE, Saudi, Bahrain, and so forth. Saudi Arabia announced that they are investing 7 billion more riyals in addition to the 8 billion they've already pledged in fighting the coronavirus. This works out in total $15 billion riyal is about $4 billion US dollars. And they say that more money is coming. I got a question on one of my last videos that asked how well is Saudi Arabia testing people. Now this is something I don't really have any idea about. I just don't know is the quick answer. I've never been to a hospital in the kingdom. I don't have any inside sources, and I just can't tell you any more than that. So, and lastly, this was announced yesterday, but I did not include it in the video because I wasn't sure if it was legit or not. But now a lot of reputable news outlets are reporting this, so I will mention this. The health minister said that some infectious disease experts have claimed as well that the COVID-19 cases could go to from around 10,000 at the lower end to 200,000 total confirmed cases here in Saudi Arabia in the coming weeks. I don't know how many weeks that is. Is that 3 weeks? Is that 10 weeks? I don't know, and I don't think we're going to hit six figures of confirmed cases in the coming weeks. My general predictions, such that they are, I would say that we're going to continue to see about 160, 170 cases, new cases every day for about 2 weeks. And then slowly they'll tick up. Maybe we'll get 200s, maybe eventually 300s. I don't think that we're going to hit 10,000 cases in Saudi Arabia in April. I don't think we're going to hit 10,000 in May. It could happen in June, depending on the measures that the government puts in. Might not happen at all, although I'm not holding my breath for that. So nobody really knows, obviously, and hopefully, of course, they will prevent any further infections. And that's all I have for this episode. I guess it's kind of a short one, but that's fine. If you have any comments or questions that you want me to answer or address, please let me know in the comments below. And I'll answer them on tomorrow's episode, hopefully from the roof. So thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, and all the rest.